I am Krant Kumar Reddy, pursuing MTech from Brits Pilani, and currently in this session I will explain how to use advanced programming using C++. If you have any questions, please interrupt me and ask me the question. Don't hesitate to ask the question. Okay. And in C++ we have following standard template libraries, and for this to understand this session, we assume that uh, we should have minimum programming techniques like what is the for loop, what is the while loop, those things. Okay. And in addition to that, if we know C++ concepts like OOPS concepts like data abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, those type of techniques, it is easy to understand. If you don't know, also no, we don't have any issues. So first thing is we have following containers: vectors, list, maps, and algorithms. What is the vector? So vector is contiguous chunk of the memory allocated for the user to use. Let us say if we declare vector of 10 means one contiguous chunk of the memory having 10 slots is allocated by the compiler, and it will be given to the programmer like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And 10 like this, and the starting address will be given to the user. That is the thing. So this is just like we have a array in C, right? In C++, it is extension to the array. It is just a dynamic array. If we want to extend this array, we can extend. If we want to diminish this array, we can diminish the size of the array also. This is the internal details of the vector. And now what are the functions that we are able to do on the vector? That is the main thing, because if we know how to use the array, that is the thing we should know, right? First one is assign. Assigns is the new contents to the vector, replacing its current contents and modifying its size. This is the function. Assign the new contents to the vector. That means if we want to assign some new contents to the vector, we are able to use this assign function. Okay. And at function returns the reference to the element of the position in the nth vector. Let us say this is the dynamic array, and we have some iterator, right? To operate any container, we should have iterator. So let us say it is just like our pointer, and this is the array, and by using the pointer we are able to go through each element of the array, right? Okay. It returns the reference to the element of the nth position in the vector. Let us say if we want element in this position, right? And array indexing start from 0 to 0, 1, 2, so on like that. We will take a pen or pencil, and this is the 0th index, this is 1, this is 2, and this is the 3, this is 4, like this. Okay. Back returns the element to the last element in the vector. What is the last element? This is the last element. Back function will return what is the element that is present here. Okay. So now we will write very small program in online compiler to show how to declare the vector, and how to assign elements to the vector, and how to retrieve the elements from the vector. Okay. So for this I am going through online compiler. So I am using this compiler, let us see. And you know, right, this is IO stream means we need to include all these header files. IO stream means input output stream. No need of this list and all. Anyhow, if we have list also, it we don't have any problem. So as we are operating on vector, we should declare a vector. Right? And for any C programmer, you know all these things, right? Using namespace std. That means we are using the std namespace. In the same way, vector is in std namespace. Okay, what type of elements we need to store in the vector? We are doing inserting the integer type. Okay, and we need to specify the variable name. Okay, and we need to do assign operation, right? Okay, for this, and arr of let us say declare one array like this, 1 2 3 4 5 like this, and vec dot assign. ARR plus what is the size? 1 2 3 4 5, right? ARR plus 5, and we need to see whether it is correct or not. Just we need to use a run operation. Okay, and it is compiling, and here we did not write anything, right? So we did not get any output. So now we will add some program to get the contents of that vector. So auto, let us say vector equal to vec dot begin. Is not equal to vec dot end, and then vec plus plus std colon cout vec of I. This is how we need to retrieve the contents of a vector. Okay, now we will run this program and we will see. This program should print the contents of a vector. Why the error we got is I, but we did not declare any I, right? That is why we got the error. So to remove this error, we need to print the contents of this iterator. See, by using the iterator, we able to retrieve the contents of vector v, and we able to print. This is one way of printing the vector by using the iterator, and this is example how to use assign function in the vector. And at the same time, we have one more way of traversing the same array also. I will show how to do the same thing. Std out, okay, int I equal to 0, I is less than vec dot size I plus plus, and then vec of I. This is another way of retrieving the contents of the vector. Right. See, vector contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. On the same way, we are printing that. So the pictorial representation of this is like this. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4, and this is 5. And we are retrieving the contents of I, but this is contains more elements, right? So we don't have all these things. We need to remove these things. Just assume that we have only this one. So this is vector, and it contains the following elements, and this is the iterator, and this program will show how to retrieve the contents of this vector elements. This is the example how to use the vector.